Hi everyone, in this video we will talk about this program. How many loops are there in C programming? The answer of this question is 3. We have for loop, while loop and do while loop. I will explain more about this in this video. Let me create a simple program. Before that, so I am on my Linux machine. Let me create a folder so that I can um, maintain a separate file. I'll just name it this directory as loops. I'll go inside this. I'll use a VI editor and create one sample file. I will name it main.c, but you can create any file with any name. I'll go inside this and I'll just write a basic program. So before writing the program, let me explain you the syntax of each loop. So the syntax of for loop is we will write for. C program is case sensitive, so if you're writing in capital letter, you will get compilation error. So for loop, then opening parenthesis, and after that we have initialization. After initialization, we have to put a semicolon, and then we have some condition here. After condition, we have to put semicolon, then increment decrement, and after that closing parenthesis. And for loop has body, so for body we have to use this braces, opening and closing braces. This is called opening braces, this is called closing braces. And remember, in for loop 2 semicolons are must. If you're putting only one semicolon or missing the typo, you're doing typo by not adding 2 semicolon, then you will get compilation error. Similarly, we have a while loop. In while loop we have initialization. Just before we have initialization. After initialization we have to write like while some opening braces, condition here. After that, so this is while, opening parenthesis, opening parenthesis, some condition, then closing parenthesis, and then we have opening braces and closing braces. Inside this we can write some logic. I'll just put 3 dot here. And yeah, one thing, before closing braces, I have to add some increment or decrement condition. So this was while loop. Similarly, do while loop, we have initialization, then we do have do. After do, opening braces, closing braces. Inside this we can perform something, and after performing something we should have increment or decrement condition. So this is the syntax. Let me write a small program. We'll start with for loop. So before that, I'll create some variable I, j, k. I'm creating 3 variables because I variable I will use for loop, j I will use for while, and k I will use for do while. So let's start with for loop. I will say I is equal to 0, which is initialization. I less than 5, this is some condition. I plus plus, so it can be I plus plus, I minus 1 is anything, but so to solve our purpose we are using I plus plus because we want it to run 5 times. 0 for 0 1 2 3 4, that's why we are incrementing I plus plus. So after printing, I'll just say inside the body of the for loop, I will say hello for loop, and after printing everything, before returning I will just add one more slash f2 so that it is not mixing with the statement on the console. So let's run this and see what happens. I'll write and quit. I'll compile it like using gcc main.c -o. I will specify the binary name. Binary name can be anything. I will just say main.out here. It got compiled. I can check that. I should check that. Yeah, it has. I see this binary generated. Time step is 005. I can make sure this is 005. So yeah, time step is same. Yeah, this is, I think, 24-hour format, and this is 12-hour format, so that's okay. Now I'll run it. Main dot out. I will see for loop. Hello for loop is printed 5 times. So this is the output which we were expecting. So let me explain how it is working. Enable the line number. So what happens? We are initial for loop. We are initializing I is equal to 0. Remember, initialization takes place only once in the for loop. After that, the control check for the condition 0 less than 5, which is true. After, if it is true, then it will come inside, and whatever is here, it is executed. So here we have only one printf statement. Printf statement would be printed here. After printing it, it will go for increment or decrement condition. So here we are using increment. I will be incremented from 0 to 1. After incrementing, it will again check for this 1 less than 5, which is true. So it is executed again. So it will keep on happening. And when I become 5, 5 less than 5 is false. If it is false, then this block will not be executed and it will come outside of the for loop. So this is how it works. Now let me write small code for while loop. So while loop, we need to have some initialization of variable. Then we will say while opening parenthesis condition j less than 5. This is same condition as what we have in for loop. And after that, we have opening braces, we have closing braces. Inside this, the body of while loop, we will say printf hello while loop, and we'll say some condition like increment or decrement. We are doing increment here, so I'm saying j plus plus. So how it executes is, it will come here j is equal to 0, 0 less than 5, true. If it is true, it will come inside, print this, then say j plus plus. So j plus plus means j value will become 1 from 0. 1 less than 5, true, it will execute it. For 2 it will work, 3 it will work, 4 it will work, 4 less than 5 condition true, it is printed. Now j is 5 after this. 5 less than 5, which is false, so this block will not be executed after that. So it will come here and program will finish. Let me run it. Let me compile it one more time. I will just run it. You see here, while loop is also printed 5 times. So this is what we were expecting. Let me go back and write a small code block for do while. So do while, we need initial condition, or we need to initialize some variable. We'll say k is equal to 0. And we'll say do opening braces, closing braces, and after closing braces we have to add while and some condition. Condition is k less than 5, and don't forget to add this semicolon here. Maybe in the syntax did I put or not? Oh yeah, do while, I forgot to add while here, so I put while here, condition, semicolon. Okay, this was syntax. So do while, so this loop do while will run 5 times. First I'll print some message, hello do while loop, and then I have to do some increment. So here we need increment because we want to run 5 times starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will run 0 to 4 times. That is basically this matches 5 times. Let me run this. Let me compile it again. It got compiled, no error, no compilation error. I will just run it. So you see here, this program is printing hello do while loop as this message 5 times. Let me go back. How it works is, it will initialize this variable once. After that, the good thing about do while loop is it is executed at least once without checking for any condition. So if you come across any situation where the this logic should be executed once, then we should use do while loop. So what happens here, k is equal to 0, it came inside, printed this message, k became 1, 1 less, k became 1, 1 less than 5, which is true, it is true again, then it will again print this message. After printing this message, it will be k plus plus, that is will become true. then 2 less than 5 true. Similarly 3 4 when it become 5, 5 less than 5, which is false. In this, if it is false, then control will come out, print this slash n at the end, and program will terminate. So let me compile it one more time. So you see here message. Yeah, I think we have already executed this before, so we don't need to run one more time. So now let's talk about a couple of things here, interesting things. These interesting question, you will find more interesting question on loops in the link given in the description. Let me talk few interesting things. In the while loop, in the for loop, this is also allowed. We can just keep everything empty, but remember, for loop must have two semicolons. In this case, when we do like this for loop runs infinite times, or I should say until the stack is overflow. So let me run this. What happens? Let me compile it one more time and run it. You see here, hello for loop is keep on printing. So I'm not waiting for it to throw me some message or show me stack overflow. You can try on your computer and check this. So how to come out? Just you need to press Control C. You can Control C. Control C is basically one interrupt in context of Linux operating system. So we will not talk about that in this video. I'll go back this program. So what happens here? We are not giving any initialization. We are not initializing any variable, no condition, no increment, decrement. So this is basically infinite loop. So I will undo the change which I did, because I less than 5 and I plus plus. I'll go back to while loop. In the while loop, how we can optimize is one more thing. Instead of writing j plus plus here, the same thing we can do here at this condition. So basically first it will compare basically. So let's take example of j is equal to 0, 0 less than 5, which is true. After this statement, when control come here at this line, j value become 1. J is value 1 now, and after that this will print hello while loop. After printing it, control will come again here, again check for the condition, but this time the value of j is 1, so 1 is less than 5, which is true, and it is printed. So the output would be same only, but we just optimize this program by removing one extra line. Similar thing we can do in do while. We can remove k plus plus from here, and instead of there we can k plus plus here. Remember, this is post increment operator. If you do, if you are using plus plus before variable, then this program, this while and do while, I think it will print these statement only 4 times. You can try that on your machine by changing it. But yeah, so that's all I have in OKL. So I've made those changes, right? So let me compare it one more time and run it again to make sure there is no error in the program. So yeah, the output is same only. So yeah, in this video, this is what I wanted to show you or discuss. So that's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching it.